lost all those questions.
I know. Just have them. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. That was my mistake trying to lower the latency with farm internet. So as we get everybody back into here, so we got part 2 to the April podcast. But I know we had some questions in the queue that we did not get to. We want to make sure that we're able to answer those questions. But I do know that where we left off was on the question with the Pakistani Mulberry. So at this point here in Arizona, the mulberries have all broken dormancy. All of our mulberries have. And all but one of them have fruit on them. So baby fruit at minimum. And you typically see fruit basically starting to form immediately. So as soon as the tree starts to break dormancy, you're going to have the branches come out from the 1 or more year old wood. That new branch is going to immediately start setting catkins, and those catkins are what turn into your fruit if it's a female fruiting mulberry. So with your Pakistani, it should, having broken dormancy now, it should definitely be setting fruit on it.
All right. Maybe repeat again as far as, well, maybe as we kind of build that up, but.
Yeah.
All right. So Sam, no problem. Kylan, I think I caught up. Hey.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Cat F, did you get Starlink yet?
Yeah, no kidding. So so we have, our internet is a challenge. Anywhere, so this is a common thing with homesteaders and farmers. We all have an issue with internet because we don't have cable internet out here. So what we have is we have basically, it's kind of like, it's called Triad. It's a wireless internet, and generally they're pretty good. The download speeds are decent, so it's about 50 megs down. The problem is it's 7 megs up, and with 7 megs, that's like basically the bare minimum for doing what we're doing right now. That's why we've tried doing live streams outside of the house, and it's just a mess. But yeah, Starlink, I don't know whether that would be whether it would help or not. Maybe. I know it's a little more expensive. So.
And Chris has Starlink, right?
Yep, Chris has got it.
I don't know if that Cat F is them or not.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we got, you're back. Will you be trying avocados?
So, no. There's 2 reasons why we won't do avocados. The first one is primarily because everything we grow here on the farm is something we consume. So, for example, we don't grow dates, which dates grow wonderfully here, but we don't eat dates. So as much as it may be a cash crop, we want to be able to partake ourselves. I'm allergic to avocados, which started in my early 20s, which is a real bummer because I love avocados. I love guacamole. So I can't eat them. On top of that, they're very difficult to grow, even in the city. Out here, it's just too cold. You know, hitting 20 degrees is really, really hard on tropicals and avocados included. And then also daytime temps in the summertime at 120 plus are tough on them as well. And we don't have the time. Lori can attest to that. We don't have the bandwidth to spend time, too much time on a single tree. So those are the main reasons why we wouldn't. Definitely worth giving it a shot in the city though, I think.
Yeah. All right. Yay, it works. And then Chet, mulberry, like wine.
Oh, yeah. So yes, we definitely love mulberry wine and have some that will be ready right around Thanksgiving for us.
Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Well, yeah, I think it's November. October, November.
November.
We're excited.
It is,
she would know.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. All right, and then Cat F, we're still on the waiting list for it, for the Starlink. Not available yet till 2023, possibly.
Whew. Yeah, we've talked about it, so we may switch. I'm hopeful that the current internet provider that we have can figure out the bandwidth issue. I just don't know that they're going to be able to figure anything out with upload speeds. I know they can get up to 300 megs down, and down is fine if you're watching videos and stuff, but if you're trying to do this, that's a problem. I think they suggest a minimum of 15, and we're at 7. So, yeah, bit of a challenge.
All right, Chet, happy April. Hope the 15th is good to you.
Hey, Chet.
Sam, I love Loquats, but I struggle to keep them alive. I'm only about 75 miles east of you, and I have had 3 die last year this summer. What's your secret to growing them?
So
when did you plant them?
yeah, so we actually have a detailed loquat video. It covers all of that. That's coming out next week. In a nutshell, a couple things. You guys know how we plant our trees here, so I highly suggest you do that with these trees. Don't plant them too deep. Make sure you give them plenty of heavy mulch, that you're watering at the drip line. All those things are critical. Planting time is also very, very important. Loquat trees, they thrive from fall through spring. So our coolest months is when they really love it here. Middle of winter, they're fine. Power right through it. They're happy campers. So you want to plant them in late September, early October. That's it. I wouldn't do it any other time. So that's the key, is planting time. Second thing, obviously, is regular irrigation and that heavy mulch. We have all of ours in full sun. We don't irrigate them differently. We don't fertilize them differently than we do the rest of our evergreen trees. We use chicken manure for that, aged chicken manure. But any good fruit, any good citrus fertilizer would be good for your loquats. So typical fertilizing schedule, February, May, and September. But then, yeah, I think the biggest thing that most people struggle with is that planting time. They're not always available in October, which is a shame. And they need to be. That's the time to plant them.
All right, so Terrell, I have an avocado tree that fared well this winter.
Very good. That's good to hear.
Juan, so will you guys allow all trees to fruit starting this year?
Yes, I don't think we have. Well, as long as they're at least 2 years old. So half or so of our trees are. There's only a handful of trees that are a year. We have citrus that's flowering and fruiting now. A few of those are only just over a year. So those we probably will, but we'll thin them quite heavy. And that's the biggest thing. So like with our peaches, we're thinning those very, very heavy. And we did that. We also cut a lot of branching out in anticipation of that this winter. So, but yeah, we definitely are.
All right, Kevin got a 4-foot loquat in the ground for 6 months. Lots of new leaves at each branch tip, but older leaves lower in the branches from last year are turning yellow. Mm-hmm. Is that water? Have protection on trunk?
So it's possible that it's water or something else, but it's those leaves have a life expectancy. So we have leaves drop off of those trees all the time. We were picking a couple of dead leaves off of it this time. Some. So it does happen, especially the older leaves. They just, again, they have a life expectancy. So could it be a watering issue? It's possible. You could be too much watering through the winter, but we're past that time now, especially for you in Vegas, just like here. And I know, is that in one of your raised beds? I know you do a lot of your trees in the raised beds. So it's not hot enough yet where that would be an issue. Eventually it might be, just because it might dry out a little faster. So you might need to watch that. But as long as it's only happening to the older leaves and not immediately to your newer leaves, you're probably okay.
All right, Randy, we have been watching your channel a lot. We are buying 68 acres in Douglas, Arizona, waiting to close on it in May. Looking forward to doing the same kinds of things y'all are. You have been a great wealth of information for us.
Oh, very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations, Randy. Yeah. That is a lot of land.
That is a ton.
You're going to have a lot. You're going to let us know what else you plan on doing. I know for us, we are doing basically everything on about 2 acres at this point. So we have 6, and we've got the wood chip pile that takes up a good amount of space. But other than that, we haven't touched most of the acreage. That's a lot. That's really cool.
That is. All right, Darlene, how long should I wait before I pull my peach tree out?
So Darlene, you're going to have to remind me. So is it not leafing out, or what's going on with that? I don't remember.
Too many, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so give me some more details on that, Darlene. We probably talked about it on Insta or something, but I don't remember the details.
All right. Have you thought about growing purslane?
Purslane? Mm-hmm.
In with your pasture?
No, I haven't thought about actually putting that in there on purpose. Not a bad idea, especially for like the pigs and things like that. I don't know. We probably should try a little bit of that. That's a good suggestion. One of the things that we do with our pastures is we do mow the pastures to try to keep them low. Chickens don't like high vegetation. Not that purslane is necessarily, because it's a ground cover, but no, haven't considered it. One of the things that we're kind of focused on right now is trying to find something that is perennial for us that does not involve Bermuda and or rye. And so far, alfalfa seems to be the one. Our alfalfa survived all winter. It slowed down quite a bit in the wintertime, and it's coming right back again right now. So we're really kind of focused on that as our primary, and then rye as a secondary, but it's not a bad idea, especially for pigs, because I know that they would probably go after that. I'm sure the chickens would too. It's a good suggestion.
All right. Sam planted 1 in the fall and 2 in the spring. That was the Loquats.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So the spring is always going to be a challenge with Loquats. It's kind of like when Lowe's and Home Depot have your tropical trees for sale in like November. It drives me insane because people buy those in November and then they die in December. So I know you can take them back and all that stuff, but it's frustrating for me because I know that it's not the right time. So, but you know, it's a business, whatever. The one that's planted in the fall, usually we don't have an issue. Well, we don't have an issue with any of them. So we've planted 5 Loquats at this point. We haven't lost any. I don't have any wood to knock on. We haven't lost any. And they've always been in full sun. But like I said, the key is going to be heavy mulch irrigation. So irrigating it properly, which is that nice heavy irrigation. Now, I know some people will put some type of shade cloth on it during the summer months. You know, if you have the bandwidth to do that and the time to do that, it's not going to hurt to do that in the middle of summer. Those trees do struggle during the summertime, brown crisping leaves and things like that. And it sounds like that's when you're hitting the problems. So you could try that, see if you can get it through the summer. And if you have the same thing happen the following year, something else is going on, and I don't know what it is.
All right, Slam Boy, is Cuddle Tom a permanent fixture on the farm?
Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, he's like Lori's buddy. We've got the pasture kind of separated because of the broilers right now, but anytime he's over near the side where he can jump over, he'll jump over the fence. He will be a total peeping Tom, staring into the back door. Even if we're outside, he like literally is a peeping Tom. Looks inside the house, and then he wanders over to wherever we're at, and he's just huffing and puffing the entire time all around us and follows us around.
Yeah, he follows everywhere.
Yeah, so he definitely is. I think we will thin the herd a little bit. We have some folks that want to buy some turkeys, some live turkeys, and we may do that with Big Tom and a couple of the grays, just because it's expensive. We are incubating some eggs right now, so we'll see how that pans out. But
all right, we have Robert. Hit the like button, guys.
Oh, cool. Yes, please. Especially since we had a redo.
Buyer of sorts. Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, how's it going, Paul?
Mission. Ari, just here to say how awesome this channel is. We live in the Midtown Phoenix area and love to follow along your journey. Thanks for all the knowledge.
Very cool. So Midtown Phoenix. So now I'm curious what qualifies as Midtown Phoenix these days, because I think of Midtown Phoenix, I basically think of, let's see, Midtown. Would you say Greenway south to what? What do you think? I would think like,
I don't know,
Greenway-ish in my mind. So
I would think probably south of that.
Arcadia? Is that Midtown still? Or is that just downtown?
I have no idea.
Glad you joined the content.
All right, Juan, how are the laying hens doing getting eggs out?
Yeah, so all of them are producing eggs at this point.
Yeah, we're getting anywhere from, I don't know, 15 to 20, maybe 15 to 18 eggs a day.
Yeah, and all colors, because we got different colored eggs now. But yeah, they're all doing really well. The turkeys are laying fairly as consistent as turkeys lay.
Yeah.
So we're usually getting a few turkey eggs a day. So yeah, it's prime time for egg laying. Yeah, no doubt about it. And we had the 2 layers that went through all of winter, and they didn't skip a beat when it came to laying. So, and we don't do anything special. We don't try to keep them laying. They just do. So Rhode Island Red and Delaware. So that's the breeds that we had on the farm. All did great. And yeah, peak season now for those pullets. Still getting pullet eggs. So they're all about a medium size. If you were to grade them, would be about a grade medium.
Yeah. All right. So Kelly, pigs will root up Bermuda grass for you.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
So we have Kylan. Kylan, I saw your text come through. Just we were setting up. I haven't had a chance to respond to you on that one. That was the peach tree, his little peach tree in the pot.
Okay.
Anyways, so are the goats on the farm
I can't
yet?
multitask.
We
No.
are excited to see that journey as well.
Yeah, no, the goats are not on the farm yet. So we went and visited Rosie last weekend. Right? Was it last weekend? It was last weekend.
Yeah.
Right? So she was really interested in Lori's face. That was adorable.
She's giving me kisses.
She was giving Lori kisses. And Violet's a few weeks behind. And so Rosie is a bottle baby. So Rosie should be on the farm next Friday is the goal, right?
Yeah, we're planning to pick her up on Friday.
Mm-hmm. So we should have her here then. And then I'm thinking Violet will probably be about a month later. So,
yeah.
Because Rosie lost her mom. Her mom kidded 3 times and then she died right after Rosie was born. They don't know if she's been a bottle baby the whole time. And so we normally wouldn't have her for another 3 to 4 weeks, but we're going to take her off of the breeder's hands because we know her really well and bring her onto the farm now that she's several weeks old. But Violet is going to stay on mama until she's weaned. So we won't have her for another month or so.
Let's see. So Darlene, I guess my other comment didn't go through, though it said it was too long. So her peach tree has swollen buds, but no leaves, and it still scratches green. Okay,
yeah, I would just hang in there.
The tree is 3 years old.
Okay, yep, I would just hang in there. So we have, that happens with our trees from time to time. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Sorry about these delays here, guys, but we have several trees that are just now starting to break dormancy. I mean, just pushing out a little bit of green. So it is uncommon. My guess is it has something to do with the rootstock or something else is going on there, but I wouldn't be too concerned about that at this point. As long as you're seeing bud swelling and those do break dormancy, you're okay. One advantage to a peach tree breaking late is the fact that your peaches basically have 0 chance of getting any type of frost damage at this point. So there is definitely some benefit to that late bud break.
All right, so Sam, what's your opinion on gypsum for clay soil conditioner? Do you know if it affects the trees? My clay soil is very bad and hard. Yeah,
so we used to use that. And I know that Reed is a fan of that as well. So it's definitely not going to hurt. I'll leave it at that. We don't use it here. I don't have any plans on using that. Our focus is on building soil and building soil life. Eventually that filters down into those harder layers of soil. So, and we haven't had any issues with the way we're doing the trees today. That being said, if you want to add it, go for it. It's not going to hurt.
So Randy, are guinea hens hard to get out there? We currently live in Wisconsin. We raise chickens, turkeys, and guinea hens here and love it, but I don't see them available in Arizona so far.
So Lori, would you like to answer that question about guineas?
Just order them online.
Well, that's true. So, and
Dwayne wants guineas so bad.
Yes, I do. I think they are cool birds. I know they're loud. I've never had any, but you know, reading, watching videos and stuff. I know they're loud, but man, they're cool. I mean, they're from Africa. I mean, it's hot here just like there, so they would just love it here, sweetheart. I mean, they would have a blast. They would wander the farm. They would eat ticks and bugs and scorpions and stuff.
We're planning on getting them. We just haven't gotten to that yet. But
so yeah, getting them online.
Order them online.
I do know that they do hatch late. So I think when we were looking at them, a few different hatcheries that we considered, they all hatched I think late May, if I'm not mistaken. So which makes sense. They're designed for the heat.
All right, what breed of goats? We raise Nubians up here.
Ah, very good. So actually, these are mini Nubians, and I think Is Rosie an F1? Is she a first gen mini or is she an F2? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I want to say she's an F2. We'll have to double check with Amy. So, but they're registered mini Nubians. We have Rosie. Actually, they're both registered because obviously we're making sure that we get on that list as well. So yeah, they're mini Nubians. And I don't know that we'll do a full size Nubian. We considered it. The biggest thing was just the size of the goat and then having to keep the goats contained. We've got temporary housing and perimeter fencing for them right now. And so obviously a shorter goat, the hope is that we have a better chance of keeping them away from the trees. So, and they'll definitely spend time with Lori and do chores with Lori. But we'll see.
We're going to have to let her run on the wood chip pile.
She'll definitely be on the wood chip pile.
I think she'll have fun up there.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get that on camera.
Okay, so Derek, any good late season peach trees to try?
Yes. So if we had our druthers, we would have a Saturn peach, which is a late season peach. And we would also have, I was going to say Snow White. That's not right. Tropic Snow. Tropic Snow? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was a Tropic Snow. It's a white peach.
Yeah, I'm thinking Tropic Sweet Apple.
Oh.
So yeah, Tropic Snow. We had a Tropic Snow white flesh peach that I think ripened in end of June. And then a Saturn peach I think was about the same time, maybe July. We didn't get any ripe fruit off the Saturn, but the Tropic Snow was fantastic. Really good peach. Reed just didn't have them available, so we didn't put one in here. But go for it.
So Kelly, are you planning to do the milking station thing, milking goats and such?
Yes. So, well.
Yes, we are. We haven't set up for that yet. We don't know if we're going to have a male here. So we've worked out with Amy that we could either take ours to her to breed with one of her males or have her bring him here. So, but yeah, we will do the milking thing.
Yeah. So
which is all new to us.
It's new. So I'm hopeful. I don't know timing wise that may not work out this year, but we definitely want to do that. So, yeah.
Okay, Randy, they are loud, but they let you know when anything is on the property.
See? That's right, Randy. They do.
Thanks, Randy. Okay,
there's Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Hi, guys.
How's it going, Chris? We were talking about Starlink internet because we got this live stream cut in half because of our internet connection.
All right, we have wild guineas in our area, and they thrive with the cold weather too. The Chino Valley.
Nice.
Gets snow.
That's cool. That's what I want to do. I want to let it just go.
Yeah.
Get 15 to 20, 30 of them.
Oh my goodness. I think my heart just sank. Okay, Sam, I grafted some different varieties. I can't remember what it was that he was.
So I have to just get more detail.
Are we still talking about the Loquats, maybe?
Yeah, let us know which are we on if that was Loquats.
Chet, anything that eats a scorpion and not me has my vote.
See?
Thanks, Chet. Arizona Urban Farms. Hey, Dwayne and Lori. Rick and Leanne are here watching in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Hey, guys.
We very much enjoy learning with you, and we enjoy your content. Looking forward to meeting in person and sharing stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we currently placed an offer on 36 acres up in Apache County.
Cool.
At 6,000 feet elevation. Do you have any experience or advice to share about high elevation growing?
No. So all of my experience is low elevation. So I don't. I think the only thing that I would say with that is congratulations, number one.
That is, yeah, that's cool.
Excited.
Lots of space.
Excited and a little jealous, not going to lie. But I think the biggest thing would just be varieties when it comes to fruit trees and then seasons. So I do know the seasons are different. You'll have a traditional season. So your livestock seasons and things like that will be spring through fall. Ours are fall through spring. And your varieties will be different. So, you can still do peaches there. You can still do stone fruit and pome fruit. It'll just change. Like you can do cherries, like full on sweet cherries up there.
Honeycrisp apples.
Honeycrisp apples up there because you're going to get enough chill hours. So you're going to just need to shift that. And then, you're not going to have the same issues that we do here with the dry, hot weather during the summer. So, you won't have to deal with quite as much irrigation. But you're in Arizona, so you're still going to wind up with irrigation either way. So,
All right, Randy, what do you recommend for first-time fruit trees to plant?
If you're here in Arizona, I'm assuming that's the case. If you're here in Arizona, I would say...
I don't know if he said.
I would say your first... If I was...
About the 68 acres in Douglas.
Oh, okay, very good. I would say the very first trees that you should plant would be mulberries.
Wow.
What do you think?
I have a big old list.
Everything that we have
Peaches.
here. Yeah, no, peaches are great. So obviously,
Figs.
Any of them. I only say mulberries because you're going to get fruit potentially the first season. Would be my reason number one. Reason number two, they are precocious, so they grow really aggressively. The rooting is aggressive, which can be a challenge, but you've got space. So early fruiting, aggressive trees, they're wonderful shade trees. If you're doing livestock, they're a very good livestock fodder. I mean, it is just a fantastic tree. You can prune it however you want. You can coppice them down to the ground. You can pollard them if you want to. You can do open centers if you want to. I mean, it's just about the most versatile tree. As long as they get good irrigation, they're hard to kill. I mean, in other parts of the country, people treat them as just an invasive species. Here, I cherish them. They're wonderful trees. So
Shangri-La is...
Black Pakistans, all of them.
Yeah.
So I would say, a good assortment of mulberry trees. From there, citrus, figs, stone fruit, you name it, palm fruit. I mean, I'd have a hard time.
You can't beat fresh peaches.
You can't. I mean, then even brambles. So, don't forsake your blackberries. Blackberries do fantastic. Triple Crown and Primark blackberries are our go-tos. We have Primark in several spots now. And Triple Crown we will have in several spots once we get that one to what?
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Who's the impulse buyer planter now? Okay, Sam. Sorry, I grafted different varieties of fig cuttings.
Oh, okay.
On my established brown turkey. Should I cover the tree to protect the new grafts?
The graft points, maybe. So that you might want to do that on the graft points. The tree itself, no. The tree needs the sun. The sun is what drives leaf matter, which is what drives the growth of the tree itself. And then when you're dealing with a graft, it's what allows the graft to grow nice and strong. So the graft point itself, maybe. It kind of depends. If it's hardened over, you're fine.
Let's see. We have Jordan.
Hey, how's it going, Jordan?
Too. Kaya and I are so pumped to visit you again soon.
Yes, we're excited for that too.
And then we have Chris, loving the Starlink so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bend your ear on that one, Chris.
Joanne, guineas are a pain in the... ...
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Are the guys saying get it and all the girls are saying don't?
All right, Love Cat. We just moved to Apache County, elevation 6150. It's cold, AF, and windy, but gorgeous.
Yeah, I bet it is. I'll bet it is.
So do you have fruit trees up there?
Yeah, that's the question. And what
ones?
What types? Yeah.
What do good?
Yes.
So that we can let... Who was it?
Arizona Urban Farms.
Or the Arizona Urban Farms. Okay, yeah. All right, David, hey, I'm back from Asgard. Hopefully you know where this is. My fuchsia are doing well. Such a perfect flower. Hybrid types.
Wow.
Called Black Velvet and a pink and double white call. Peppy?
Wow.
Later people.
Terrell, that's really cool, David.
My Triple Crown died. I think it got too much water.
That's possible. So they definitely can. Yeah, I mean, what did you plant it into? I will say that we plant take a step back. So we planted our Triple Crown Blackberry on the old farm into a combination of sandy loam that we got from Pioneer that was breaking down with wood chips on top. So it was not native soil. And these are not planted in native soil here either. If you guys remember, if you guys have been following along for a while, the blackberry beds, we started from scratch with nothing but about a shovelful of compost and then wood chips that we let break down for about a year. And that's actually what we're planting into. And they're going insane. So it may be the soil. And to your point, it could be overwatering and too much water because it's native soil. So
Adding too much.
Right. So that is a possibility.
All right, Juan, we are blessed here in the Southwest being able to grow a lot of fruit trees without worrying about the snow.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
All right, Terrell, it leaved out, but then kicked the bucket. His triple crown.
Yeah, that's really odd. I mean, we haven't had an issue with the triple crown. So it's got to be something with the soil. Got to be.
Or it could have just been a bad one, just didn't.
It's possible. It's always possible.
All right, so Loquats, so they're up in Apache also. So we just planted some apple, pear, blackberry, raspberry, elderberry, and pecan.
Oh, very good. Those would all be on my list too. All of them. That sounds fantastic.
And she said, we have sandy loam. I'm digging fertility pits and sunken trough beds on contour.
Ah, very good.
We only moved here February 6th.
Oh, wow. So this is first season for you guys. That's awesome.
Very cool. All right, so Terrell, Asgard is beautiful this time of year. And then I planted the triple crown into heavily amended with coffee and wood chips next to my boysenberry, which is doing fine.
Yeah, that is really odd. So, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is, coffee. So we do compost our coffee, but I don't use coffee as a fertilizer. And the main reason is because you don't really know the acid content. So, and that can vary from one roast to another, one bean to another. Excuse me. So it could be that. We don't do anything to acidify the soil for our blackberries. Now, you said your boysenberry's fine. So the fact that the boysenberry's fine and it's similar as far as the amendments are concerned, the only thing that would be suspect in my mind would be the coffee grounds. And that's only because you just don't know how much acid is in any given batch. So otherwise, I'm not sure.
All right, let's see. Love Cat, you two have been a wonderful inspiration for us. Thanks so much for all your work.
Oh, thank you. We all caught up?
I think we're caught up.
I know it doesn't seem like it because the stream says we've only been on here for half an hour, 35 minutes, but it's actually been an hour.
Yeah, I know. We had a little mishap there.
Yep. So we're going to wait here for a couple more questions.
Will the pig pen stay as Hogwarts for the next pigs or maybe change it?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
I never thought about that. I painted the name on.
Yeah, but you could just paint white over it and then paint black lettering over the top of that.
We could. Should we do another poll later next year?
Maybe we'll do another poll and see what you guys want. So it's funny because I still call it the pig hutch and then go back to saying Hogwarts. So I keep trying to remember that. One thing I'm impressed with, we'll see. Knock on wood. So far, those pigs have not destroyed that flap.
No.
On Hogwarts.
Not at all. I think the thing is if it's already there before they get there, it hasn't been an issue. It's when we add stuff.
So if it changes, then they're interested. Little punks.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. All right, we have Andy. What's the best variety peach tree to grow in Arizona?
So, okay, if you're here, assuming you're here in the Phoenix area, I would. It's tough. I would say Florida Prince only because I know that it's very consistent. I know that it does really well. It is a clingstone. If you thin correctly, they can get nice big baseball size. They're a good mixture of tart and sweet. The skin itself is pretty thin, and it's just a very, very good peach. The key with that one, or I guess the one thing that might be an issue there would be clingstone. So if you're used to cutting a peach in half and twisting and having the core pop out, your next best bet is probably an early amber or an early grande. So we have all three of those. I would say any one of those three is fine. Early amber, early grande would be your freestone, and your Florida Prince would be your clingstone. But I still like the Florida Prince.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Kelly. Didn't you use that ABS soil in the blackberry beds? Do you know if the pH levels were lower in it?
So we didn't test. I haven't tested that. The Pioneer sandy loam. I think that's what you mean by that. We did not do that in these current blackberry beds, and the current blackberries are doing better than they did on the old farm. Faster.
Yeah, the old farm we did do the.
We did use the sandy loam from Pioneer, but I never tested the pH there. I can tell you it's probably still high because a third of that soil, give or take, is native soil to Arizona. And you guys know that's 8+. I mean, our pH here tested at 8.4, so it's a very, very high pH. Because that's a third of that mixture, my guess is it's still probably pretty high. If anything, it's more neutral. But I'm guessing. I don't know.
David, it's raining hard here. My spaceship is starting up. I'm off to Harvard to get some plant food.
Okay.
So Andy, I'm sorry, what was the name? So that's the peaches. So the Florida Prince.
Florida Prince, Florda Prince.
Yeah.
Florida Prince.
Or Clingstone or
Early Amber, so early AMBER, or early Grande, early GRANDE. And Reed has all those, so I'd get those from RSI growers for sure.
Kylan, any good places to buy bulk chicken feed? Mesa, Arizona, worried about inflation on feed.
That's a good worry to have. Bulk, we're considering it too. We had our feed cost for this round of pigs went up about 25%, and the processing cost doubled. So,
not double.
They didn't double. They went up 50%.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah, we don't have a good one depending on what it is. Now, Tractor Supply does offer a chicken feed.
Bulk.
In bulk. That's pretty good. And it's still a decent price, but they're all going up. So even the bulk is going up.
Yeah, we need like a feed mill here that they have.
Yeah.
Back east and all these other places.
Yeah, we had a really good non-GMO one out of California, Bar Ale. I was in contact with them up until COVID, and then when COVID hit and they had all the issues, everybody had issues. I was ready to get bulk deliveries from them, and then they nixed it. So we've never been able to get it from them. And you can get an organic one. We don't do organic here because of the cost. And that's obviously because we sell our chicken and our pork. So, we don't, that feed is literally 50 to 60% more expensive. And that just puts it, price points way out of the ballpark for everybody, including us. So, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that.
Sam, on the topic of my Pakistani mulberry, it has lots of leaves and looks great and healthy and big. I'm just wondering why it didn't flower at all. Any thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't necessarily flower.
It doesn't, but it gets catkins.
Yeah.
So the catkins they look like fruit. And especially the Pakistan's
green fruit.
Pretty much turn into green fruit right away. I don't know. Obviously nutrition is one thing. If you've had fruit on it before, and I think you said you did, if you've had fruit on it before and it's not fruiting this year, it would just be something's going on, something changed. So, fertilizing obviously can make a difference. Make sure your irrigation is on point. So that's, infrequent but deep, that it needs to be that way. But we've never had a tree that's fruited the first year, not fruit every year after that. So I don't have a good answer for that. If you've seen fruit before. If you haven't seen fruit before, you may be dealing with a non-fruiting mulberry. So that's possible. And we have personal experience with nurseries mislabeling trees. Mm-hmm. So we had a black Pakistan on the old farm that was not one. It was some other type of Persian variety. We had a black Pakistan that still has not fruited, meaning it's not going to, on the old farm. So, and we had a white Pakistan that's clearly not a Pakistan.
Yeah.
So we've had 3 different times where they've been mislabeled by the nurseries. So it's hard to say. It could be that. It's possible.
What's the ideal spacing for fruit trees to plant in a row on an acre lot?
So I would say it depends on how many you want. I like 16-foot spacing, which is what we're on here, which is full spacing. That allows a semi-dwarf tree that's going to typically grow to about 15 to 16 feet wide, be placed next to another semi-dwarf tree, basically with a radius of 8 feet, and they could just touch. So that's 16 feet on center in the row. And then we offset each row, and so you have about 16 feet in a triangle. Hopefully that makes sense. I would say on an acre lot, because you have some space, I would not go less than 12 feet, which is the minimum spacing we used on the old farm. The only issues you're going to have would be full-size trees. So like your mulberries, anything on a full-size rootstock, those trees get 30 feet wide. So you're going to be way too narrow for those trees unless you prune real heavy and aggressive, which you definitely can do.
All right, so we have Andy. Thank you. That was on the peaches up there.
Absolutely.
Chris. Next year, I'm going to install chicken tunnels around my garden.
Good choice. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to get the chickens more integrated into those as well.
All right, so Kevin, the early Alberta peach works great. Freestone and good sized, and harvest in July.
Ooh, I like that. That's a nice late peach.
Yeah, we have not tried that one, so that's a good suggestion.
Yep. Okay, hasn't fruited before. Yeah,
it's a male.
Sam, I think it's a male. So now the male mulberries do eventually set catkins. So that's where you get nasty pollen, and everybody in the old parts of Phoenix are frustrated because their allergies are going nuts this time of year. So it'll set a catkin just like a female tree does, but then that drops off. Or it will never give you anything, catkins or otherwise. So it's possible that you're dealing with a non-fruiting variety or a male, one of the two. It's very possible, unfortunately. And if that's the case, I feel your frustration personally because we've been down that road ourselves.
Especially putting all the time in to put a tree in, wait for it to, grow and establish and
expecting fruit.
Oh, that's frustrating.
And those trees grow fast. You're not talking about easily pulling that tree out either.
No.
We get all caught up on everybody? I think we did.
Caught up.
Cool. So we're going to take the last few questions for you here as best we can. I just wanted to say, we had a little hiccup today. Thank you guys for joining us again. So it's a double-decker as far as the live stream this month is concerned. As we were saying before, this is the Desert Farmer Podcast. We are on vacation next week. Well, she is. I'm working. But she's coming with us. We're going to Florida. Austin's taking care of the farm next week for us. So it'll be a little bit of a delay getting this one up on the website. But this will be on the podcast tab on the website. It'll be the audio-only version. And all of it will be in one. So even though we had two live streams today, it'll be all together. Just condensed. So if you want to listen to this again, you can do that there. So aloha. Thanks, Danielle. So
Kelly asked, why not graft onto it? So that's the mulberry.
Oh, you definitely could. Yeah. So if you want to give grafting a shot, you absolutely could. I know for us, we would just pull it, but grafting is probably the better way to do it.
We've gotten yelled at.
Great suggestion. So one other thing too, as we wrap up here, we talk about this with you guys when we can, and we have done it before, but one of the things that we really appreciate and we don't take for granted is the fact that you guys spend time with us. We're all busy, and time is the most valuable resource on the planet. All of us, make Austin do a video. I should. But time is the most valuable thing that we have here on the planet, and you guys choose to spend that time with us, not only now, which is why we look forward to this so much, we get to interact with you guys, but you guys do consistently with the content that we put up for you guys. And we really do not take that for granted. So we just want to thank you for spending the time with us today. And hopefully we've answered some questions. Hopefully it was entertaining. And hopefully we didn't get too discombobulated with my bad choice on trying a normal latency.
Now we know.
On a live stream.
Don't try it.
Yeah.
All right, Joanne, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Sam, thank you. Sorry for all the questions. You guys are awesome.
Questions is why we're here.
Yeah, questions are great. Darlene, have an awesome week.
Thanks,
Kevin,
Darlene.
always appreciate you guys doing this. Thanks for all your help. Kylan,
Yes.
Thanks again. Have a great trip. God bless. I get to go to the spa. That's like the one thing I said. If I'm going, I'm booking a spa day.
Yeah,
It's the only thing I wanted to do.
So I'll be in conferences every day for like 12 hours a day while you sit by the pool, get a massage, have a mimosa.
Facial. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm not jealous or anything.
I am so looking forward to it.
I know.
A massage,
thanks
a
for rubbing it in.
facial, a
Thanks.
pedicure, a manicure.
Those don't sound all that interesting.
Hanging out by the pool with my book.
That does.
Oh.
All right, guys. Great to see you guys.
Have a good month, guys.
Yep, we'll see you guys in a month.
To catch you live. Enjoy the vacation. You've earned it. Thanks, Chet.
Yep. Awesome, you guys. Thanks again for joining us today on the Desert Farmer Podcast. And I want a kiss. Bye, guys. We'll see you guys next month. Have a good one. Happy spring.
Too late. Maybe.
You can just dismiss.